So, when you hear the title social media manager, what comes to mind? Probably posting memes, right? Replying to a few comments? Well, I'm here to tell you to think again. Today, we are going to completely deconstruct that idea by digging into a real job posting from a company called Rozier Foods, and we're going to see what they really want. Spoiler alert, it's a whole lot more strategic than you think. It's a job title you see absolutely everywhere, but what does it actually mean today, and where is it headed? The truth is, it's way more complex than most people give it credit for. And this one job post we stumbled upon, it perfectly shows how much the role has shifted from just, a communications function to a core driver of the entire business. This comparison right here says it all, doesn't it? On the one hand, you have the myth, what everyone thinks the job is. The basic posting, the graphic design, the community management. But then you look at the reality, at what Rozier Foods is actually hiring for. We're talking brand identity building, performance marketing, scaling consumer brands. It's not about managing a social page anymore. It's about driving real, measurable growth. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. Because I think the biggest trap here is often the job title itself. What it says on the tin? Yeah, that's not always what's inside the box. And boom, this quote from the job post is the smoking gun. In simple terms, they need a strategic marketer, not just a content creator. Let that sink in. This isn't just about a different title. It's a completely different mindset, a different universe, really. One person is focused on filling up a content calendar, and the other is focused on filling up a sales pipeline. Huge difference. So what in the world is a strategic marketer? Well, think of it as a hybrid role. It's where the creative side of your brain, making amazing content day in and day out, crashes right into the business side of your brain, analyzing performance and driving growth. It's the difference between just getting likes and actually getting leads. All right, so let's get practical. Let's look at the playbook they expect you to have mastered. What are the absolute non-negotiable must-haves to even get your foot in the door for a role like this? The first thing that just jumps right off the page, 5+ years of experience. Whoa. So this is not a learn-on-the-job kind of deal. They are looking for a seasoned pro, someone who can walk in on day one and just own the strategy. That number alone tells you everything you need to know about the seniority and the expectations here. And the experience they're looking for is super specific. They want someone from D2C, that's direct-to-consumer, or FMCG, which is fast-moving consumer goods. So think online brands or the stuff you see in a supermarket. And why is that? Because in those worlds, marketing is sales. Then you'll look at the skills they want, a mix of creative platforms like Instagram, professional networking on LinkedIn, and then the really hard data skills of paid ads and analytics. Okay, so with all of that on the table, let's do a little reality check, a quick gut check. Could you be the person they're looking for? Let's run through a quick litmus test together. You are probably a fantastic fit for this if you see yourself as a brand builder, not just a content poster. If your portfolio is packed with examples from consumer brands, and if you're totally comfortable talking about your impact on things like customer acquisition cost or conversion rates, if you can prove you moved the needle on actual business goals, you are in. But, and this is important, this job is not for you if your experience pretty much stops at making nice posts and basic design. If you hear the term performance marketing and your mind just goes blank, or if you've never really tracked the ROI of a campaign, then this probably isn't the right fit. And hey, that's okay. It's just a really clear signal of where you might need to upskill. In this table right here, this is the reality check. It really lays it all out. It's a mid to senior role, which means you're going to have high ownership and high pressure to deliver. You can't just say you're good. You have to prove it, with a portfolio full of case studies that show real, tangible results. A strong track record isn't a nice-to-have, it's an absolute requirement. So why does any of this even matter? I mean, we just spent a lot of time breaking down one single job post. But here's the thing. Understanding this shift is absolutely crucial, both for your own career path and for any business out there that's trying to hire effectively. So here's the bottom line. The job title might say social media manager, but the real job, the one they're actually paying for, is strategic growth marketer. And once you really get that difference, you can start applying for the right roles, you can frame your experience the right way in your resume, and you can position yourself for the job you actually want. So we'll leave you with this one question to chew on. Take a good look at your own job title. Is it hiding your real value? Is there a much more strategic role you're already doing, just waiting to be uncovered? Think about it.